Yo, what is going on, guys? It is Jonathan back again with the Weekly Scuffle, and today I'm going to talk about Oscar De La Hoya's master plan for Ryan Garcia. Of course, none other than Ryan Garcia. Of course, we all know Ryan Garcia is scheduled to fight Oscar Duarte, who is a heavy hitter at 135. He's moving up to 140 for this fight against Ryan Garcia, and honestly, I think it's a great matchup for Ryan. A young, hungry fighter looking to make a mark against a big name like Ryan Garcia. And Ryan Garcia, of course, coming off a loss against another heavy hitter in Tank Davis. I think this is a great matchup for Garcia to regain his momentum. I think his fight against Javier Fortuna, he really showed out, and he showed his speed carried to the 140-pound division. Granted, he brought up Fortuna from 135, and he's doing the same to Oscar Duarte, so I will give him a little bit of criticism for that. But regardless, I think Ryan is still a prospect in the sense that he is young. And someone like Gervonta Davis, I don't give Gervonta that much credit for his wins because a lot of the guys he has beaten are those BC level fighters, but he's around 28 years old. Ryan is still relatively young. I believe he's 25 still, so it's going to be very interesting for him and to see his career progression moving forward. But I think Oscar realizes he has a star, and we all know what happened, the whole debacle after the Tank Davis fight, how Oscar and I forgot who else left him, and they basically just abandoned him at the presser and left him by himself. And Ryan clearly did not find that fine or professional by any means. Of course, he tried to separate from Oscar, but that was never really gonna happen. Those contracts are probably locked in tight. So with that being said, I think Oscar did have his promoter hat on for a while now, and of course that comes by the signing of O'Hara Davies, who is a British fighter that is represented by Golden Boys. So that's very interesting because you don't see that many British fighters being represented by Golden Boys. And I think it makes sense because O'Hara Davies, while not the greatest fighter at 140, he is a really good fighter at 140, and his only losses come to Josh Taylor and Jack Catterall. So I think, he's proven that if it's not against the top guys at 140, he is really good. And he's, of course, set to fight Barroso, the old man, quote unquote, that some people said got robbed by Rolly, which I also agree that he did get robbed against Rolly. I think the judges handed Rolly that decision. Well, not even the judges, the referee. But with that being said, they're fighting for the interim title on the undercard of Ryan Garcia. So I actually think this sets up Ryan to fight O'Hara Davies, whether O'Hara beats Rolly first and takes the belt straight up, or maybe Ryan beats O'Hara and then beats Rolly himself. Either or, I think that's going to be made, and I think that sets up fights against Teofimo Lopez and Devin Haney. I do think Devin will be Regis Prograis, but I think Teo, Devin, they want to fight Ryan because they're not necessarily pay-per-view draws by themselves, and I think with Ryan, they will be massive pay-per-views. And I think the Tank fight proved that. Tank had never, I think, broken 300 buys without Ryan, and of course with Ryan, 1.2 million buys. So Ryan Garcia has proven that he is a star, at least marketed wise. So I think him becoming a world champ only adds to that. And fights with Devin Haney, of course, I think the Devin Haney fight is bigger because of their history, and they're both on the zone, so that's an easy fight to make. And I think the Teal fight, I think it sells itself. Teal might be the best at 140 right now, especially after his win against Josh Taylor. So with that being said, I think this is Oscar's master plan for Ryan Garcia to make him a world champ and to get him those big fights against Teofimo Lopez and Devin Haney. With that being said, we'll see how all this plays out. I'll see you next time. Peace.